Thank you very much for tuning in to my YouTube channel. We're going to be starting off with the second half of the back nine, or the second nine of Encanto 9. So this is a tournament that we played. And as always, we're going to be focusing on the Tiger 5 as well. I'll put that on the screen. And you should know that no sixes on fives, no three putts, no bogeys from 150, no doubles, and no blown easy up and downs. These are the things that I always try to make sure I keep a track of during a round to make sure that I am staying as consistent as possible with my scoring goals. So without further ado, we got ourselves a par 4 that is, I believe, about 270 yards or so off the tee. I went with 3-wood here and absolutely fatted the mess out of it. Hit that about 6 inches behind the ball. And as you can see, I was just giggling about it because we were laughing about something else on the tee. Got 163 yards here into the green, hit an 8-iron. And I started a little bit further left than I had intended, maybe just lined up a bit left. And then we got ourselves a pretty long putt here, which I did hit very well. Surprisingly, I found a way to putt effectively in the second half of this video because, as you saw from the front, the first 9 holes, putting was not very good. Got ourselves a 100-yard shot in here, took a little sand wedge. Hit it absolutely right on the target. Ended up just spinning back off of the flag. Had myself a pretty straight uphill putt and just kind of pulled it off of the putter face. But other than that, it was a pretty good roll at it.
Sideways.
And had ourselves a nice little about 160-yard par 3. I hit an 8-iron and I absolutely laced it. Like, it just went long, carried through the wind, kind of caught it well, but it popped off of the back of the green and ended up getting up there, and I had myself a putt through the fringe. Decided to go with the putter because chipper just did not work out very well the first time. And I thought I hit this really poorly, but it actually ended up turning out pretty good by the hole. I got it to about, 4 or 5 feet here, and I was able to convert that to get a nice little up and down par save. On to the number 3 par 3, 140 yards in here. I think I took 9-iron off of this one just to make sure I got it onto the green. Pretty good, smooth, easy swing. Gotta say, the tempo is feeling lovely, very buttery smooth. Had ourselves a little left to right putt here. Hit it just a bit harder than I was expecting and had myself about 4 feet for the comeback and was able to convert that into a nice par. And then we got ourselves the 260-yard par 4. I absolutely flared the mess out of this one with the 5-wood, 3-wood. Not the best place to end up in because this green slopes right to left and back to front. And if you're over here, it's almost pretty much a guaranteed bogey. I chipped under this tree with the 8-iron and tried to, kill it into the hill and get it to stop on the green, but there's just no way to really stop it from over there. Hit myself a pretty solid chip coming back up into it, but just left it a little bit shorter than I expected and had a pretty big sweeping left to right putt to get this thing back to par. Thought I had it, but man, it was a really good roll, and I did a really good effort to get out of here with a bogey, but moral of the story is just don't hit it right at this hole. And on to the 6th hole, which is a pretty medium-long par 3. I think I went with 8-iron on this one. Hit a really solid shot. The fade is starting to come back. The movements I've been working on is starting to get a lot more comfortable and a lot more consistent. I think I had myself about a 15, maybe 20-foot putt uphill, and I knew the second I hit it that was just not long enough to get it to the hole, but can't be upset with a little 2-putt par here, given that, the putting performance on the first half of this video had not been up to speed. And haven't been putting for a while. I actually like this longer par 3. It's 180 yards. I normally go 6 or 5-iron. I think on this one I hit 5. Caught it a little bit heavy, as you can tell. I'm falling off balance, but it ended up working out because, golf is a game of misses. Sometimes when you pick the right club and you hit a bad shot, you still get a halfway decent result. Had about a 30-foot putt uphill and pretty much just mashed this one all the way up to the flag. And I was actually very happy and surprised that I got it to a simple tap in. So I'm happy to take a par on such a difficult hole. This here was just a beautiful straight shot. 8-iron off the tee, a little bit into wind, straight at the flag, 165 yards. Just textbook golf right there. And again, these sloping greens, I've just been trying to catch them all day and just got to work more on those sloping putts, especially if I'm going to, try to improve that putting score, but just really not getting that ball getting to the hole as early as I would like to. On to the last hole of the day. It's a par 4. Thought I put a good swing on this one, but ended up extending so early that I might as well have had my Christmas lights up before Halloween. Flared it out to the right 250 yards, and I've got myself a really ugly shot coming into this green because the flag is tucked behind this palm, and I hit a surprisingly lovely shot, as I'm sure you can hear from the people in the background. That shot was a lot tougher than it looked on the video because getting that under that palm tree was very difficult, but gave myself a pretty solid chance of maybe getting out of here with a birdie. Ended up just squeezing it up to the hole to finish out the round with a simple par. And that would put us at 1 over for the round. And as we can see from the stats, hit a lot of greens. Ball striking has been absolutely phenomenal. Can't complain in that category. However, I am going to make some videos. A few of you have asked about what I'm going to do to fix this little bit of a putting problem that we have and see what I can do to stay dedicated and committed to it. That's all I got for you. Thank you very much for watching my YouTube channel. Deuces, people. Let's keep it moving.